Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. What do you do when you see something you don't like? When you want to make a criticism, you want to lodge a critique against someone, do you just point out what's wrong, or do you also make a suggestion of what could be right? I'm asking this question because in this week's parsha, in parsha Yitro, Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, sees Moshe sitting all day answering questions from the Jewish people who are standing on line all day. And the Torah says that it's upset Yitro. Vayar choten Moshe kol asher hu aseh la'am. And he said to him, he sees that what's happening with the nation, that everybody has these questions for his son-in-law, for Moshe. Vayomer ma hadavar hazeh asher ato aseh la'am. What are you doing? Madu ata yoshev levadecha. Why are you sitting all alone? And everyone is standing, waiting to ask you questions. Min boker ad arif, from the morning till the night. You need to delegate. But you see what Yitro did. Yitro didn't just criticize his son-in-law and say, look, what are you doing? He says, you have to do something different. And here's an idea. The idea is called delegation. We need to set up a court system where you have different judges and different officers of the law handling different cases. And the most difficult questions will go to you, Moshe. But here you don't have to shoulder this whole thing by yourself. And what Yitro is teaching us is not just about the Jewish judicial system, which he actually helps create, but that when we are upset about something, when we see something could be better, we don't just point out what's wrong, but we also make a suggestion of how we can make it better. And I keep thinking about this when I see all of the critique lodged against Israel. It's so easy to criticize Israel. But what would you do that's different? What would you do right now that the IDF isn't doing? Oh, pinpoint the kinds of responses, the kinds of attacks against Hamas. Israel is doing that. Israel is doing so many incredible things. And what I would suggest we respond to our colleagues when they're critical of Israel and what Israel is doing in the Gaza Strip today is to turn back to the individual and honestly ask, what would you do that's different, that you think could be effective, that Israel isn't currently doing? Maybe they'll come up with something, or maybe they will see that Israel is doing what any country could do in this very difficult predicament. And this is something really for our whole lives. Never to simply critique and criticize, and never to go to someone and say what you don't like before knowing what you think could make it better and helping that person actually implement it like Yitro did with Moshe. Shabbat Shalom.